It's just crazy. Street Easy, the Facebook groups, everything is just like so insane.
This thing is going to make people go crazy. Just the door being slightly open, and I'm going to leave it that way. I moved to New York a while ago and I found my apartment remotely. I think it would be amazing to share with you guys how that even came about in the first place. And if you're looking for an apartment in New York and you're out of state, maybe this might be helpful for you. I know firsthand that looking for apartments in New York is insane. It sounds insane saying that I found mine remotely, because at the time I was living out of state. I was living in Atlanta and I moved from Atlanta to New York. Me living in another state and not having anyone in New York, not really having friends. I was literally moving there as a stranger. I didn't have anyone that was going to put in the work to search for an apartment for me. Thankfully, I had an acquaintance in Brooklyn that I could stay with for a week. So I planned on traveling to New York for a week. I was searching for options on Street Easy early on before traveling. And when I got there, I'd already booked a few tours or apartment tours. And when I say tours, like, yeah, it's not as fancy as it sounds, basically. And looking at an apartment that most likely doesn't look like what you saw online. Literally. Looks at a few apartments, but do you know what happened? I did not find an apartment. I thought I found an apartment. I literally paid my fee, and I thought that when I was traveling back to Atlanta, I had found the apartment I was looking for. I literally found myself crying.
Today I'm feeling very defeated. I had no expectation that it was going to just be great, but it's just such a hassle doing it out of state, thinking about going there again. It's just crazy. Street Easy, the Facebook groups, everything is just like so insane.
I didn't want to travel again. That was like one other thing. I did not want to go stay with anyone again. I didn't want to get a hotel. Like, it just seemed too stressful. For that trip alone, I had spent maybe like $500, because if you include flights and feeding and just transportation generally, I was spending a lot of money. So in my brain, it made no sense for me to do that all over again. So here's what I decided to do, or here's what the Holy Spirit actually told me to do. Randomly, I was going through TaskRabbit and I was thinking like, I'm looking for someone that's going to help me kind of clear up my space in Atlanta. And the Holy Spirit just gave me that thought. Why don't you get someone on TaskRabbit to run an errand for you and look for apartments for you? I reached out to a few people just asking like, hey, if you have anything, I'm looking to move around this time. Can you please let me know? And I just keep following up. It's like a daily follow-up. Obviously, you're looking for something remotely. It is more frustrating, right? Like, it's not the most ideal situation. It's going to be inconveniencing for you, and it's going to be inconveniencing for whoever is like even on the phone with you or doing any tour with you. So, don't get frustrated too quickly. It is not the most convenient experience, but you'll find people that are willing to like listen to you and help. The demand in New York is insane. So what ends up happening is like they just don't have the time to like cater to your needs. You need to be coming with a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, it can't be that you're looking for a 2K apartment and people like you want people to like cater to you. Obviously, there are amazing realtors and brokers that are just nice and really sweet, but I'm just saying, like, don't expect that from everyone. They're very quick. They text. They don't answer calls. They're not going to be on the phone talking to you too much. Like, they ask you what you want, ask for your credit score immediately. I was going through some apartments on Craigslist as well. I found this random like apartment, and I had reached out to the broker. Did not like that property. I said property like I was buying a house, but I didn't like that apartment. But I remember having that man's number, and I had told him like, hey, this is what I'm looking for if you find anything. I remember that broker just being really like nice. It was happy to answer my questions, and I will tell you for a fact, I had really dumb questions. I wanted someone to go there and look at it for me. I wanted like someone that would give me their feedback, like turn on the tap, run the water, or turn on the gas, like literally just check around, like look for anything and look for everything and anything that would kind of indicate that there's going to be a problem here or it's like an amazing place to stay. whatever, as amazing as it can get for New York. On TaskRabbit, there are different taskers, right? And I focused on errands, and I found this lovely lady. My task on TaskRabbit was basically, hey, I'm looking for someone that would, I tried Upwork at first, and Upwork is just longer, but TaskRabbit, in like, they're quick. The people that are willing to run the errands, they're available maybe next day or same day. Sometimes if you say, okay, you need to an apartment at 6 p.m., you find who is available at 6 p.m. that day. And because of how quick these brokers and realtors move in New York, it's like you're looking for someone that is like available, has a little bit more availability and flexibility. I asked for a video when you get there, I listed everything I wanted the videos of, and all the things I wanted her to test and look out for. Got there, took a video of everything, and then called me on FaceTime. FaceTime, we look through everything from the entryway, like the common area, and then looking into the building, going upstairs, taking me through the elevator, everything. It was like my friend was literally touring the apartment for me. And then I asked her for her opinion afterwards, like, what do you think about the apartment? What kinds of people, things are you seeing outside? Are people standing outside? Like, are people just loitering around? Like, what does it give? Especially as a woman, I definitely wanted to be a woman that would tour for me. She went into the street and showed me the area, like gave me a full like 360 of how the street is, how the roads are, what stores are around. That was amazing. I loved it, and I just did that moving forward. And it wasn't expensive. I think she basically needed like an hour I think you have only like a minimum of an hour. I think that was amazing, because if I flew there and I was like, I'll pay way more, you know. I also had some realtors and brokers FaceTime me. There were a lot of people that were actually willing to FaceTime. They were like, okay, call me in the next 30 minutes. I'm going to the apartment. Like, you might be lucky and they're just like, oh yeah, call me in the next 30 minutes. I'm going to the apartment, and I would just FaceTime you. And boom, like, we'll be on FaceTime going through everything, showing me what everything looks like. My point here is you can definitely find an apartment remotely. Is it hard? Yes. Would I do it again? 100%. If I'm moving out of state, it's something I'll definitely consider if I don't know anyone in that state. I think also just upping and moving. Sometimes like you might not need to tour an apartment, like your pictures work, and the realtor would just show you everything on FaceTime. But just given the way New York market is, I needed that person to help me. So it was amazing. The thing about TaskRabbit and what I love the most is you're not like, you don't pay until they actually do the task. And then if you're kind of worried about security, whatever concerns, you can use Zoom, you can use Google Meet. You don't have to give anyone your number. You can literally find the other like secure or more secure ways to communicate. That's why I wanted a woman, and I had already like looked at her profile. I looked at the other tasks that she had done, and then I asked her if she was comfortable doing this. It's looking for someone that is willing and quick enough to help you search. And I know, like, asking a friend and asking someone that you know, sometimes like they're busy, their schedule doesn't allow, but a lot of people on TaskRabbit are flexible. This is what they do, this is their job as well, so they're able to work around your schedule a little bit better than even anyone that you might know. I also think that all of this, right, is a risk. You're risking trust, basically just trying to trust the process and figure out like, okay, would this make sense? Does this make sense? And is this person being honest? But with FaceTime, like, you're there, like, you're seeing it. I could see how much light was coming into my apartment. I knew what I was going into just because of that FaceTime call. And that's what I did with other realtors as well, or other brokers. You can call it whatever you want. I actually don't know at this point. If you're tight on money, or you're just trying to be more considerate on how like you're using your time, or you just don't have the time, or you don't have the flexibility to travel, come back, make use of the tools that are available to you right now. I think there are realtors that actually take a fee for helping you find an apartment. There are people that actually you can pay, and that's their job for you. They're like, they have first-hand insight on the new apartments that are on the market, people that are moving in the next 2 weeks, people that are moving in the next month, depending on when you're trying to move in. So you want to have an idea of your moving date and communicate that. So if you would rather spend maybe $1,500 or $1,000, I don't know how much they charge, I think it's worth it than flying in, paying, I don't know, $600 for a flight, paying for a hotel, if you weigh the cost, it makes more sense to kind of trust that someone else will do it, and they're engaging, they're communicating. You don't pay them until you find your apartment. That's the policy. Like, you don't pay until they actually find you the apartment that you want. That's when you get someone that you know that lives in New York to go in there and say, okay, tell me what you think about the apartment, tell me what you think about the area. Because yeah, some people, like, I think some people are trustworthy, but there are people that might just be so quick to get you what you want that they don't necessarily consider like your race, the cultural differences, the kind of area, what the actual things that you need. Another thing that I did that really helped me, I would say, is using Google Maps on my laptop. I don't think that happens on, well, just the 360 view on Google Maps. I would put in any address and then just literally take, like, it's like I'm taking a journey on the street. I'm looking through the corners, like I'm going around, I'm looking at the apartment, like what that area looks like, what stores are around that area. I would literally move through the street and kind of just see, because I'm not just focused on where you're living, you're focused on, if you're taking a 10 minutes walk to the train, how does it look? You know, how is it, like really dark, or even if it's not dark, does it just look like people are, when Google took their photo, like does it look like people are just loitering and standing outside? How many stores are there? Is there a hotel by the side? If there's a hotel, there might be more noise, you know. Is there a building construction, whatever? Like, you're just thinking of things that kind of impact your decision. You're also thinking, like, if there's a hospital around you, like a major hospital, you're expecting the ambulance all the time. There's going to be noise all the time. There's going to be intense noise. And if that's like something that is not on your list of things that you can manage and deal with, then you want to consider that. That's why, you know, the maps does that for you. I'm very grateful for tools that allowed me to search for my apartment remotely.
My lease just got sent I think yesterday. I was expecting my lease via mail, because obviously I'm not in New York right now. My broker, who has been great, actually sent my lease, and it took like 7 days to get here. I've never signed a lease before, so I don't know, but like this is like 80, no, well, let me not say it's something. It's about like 30 pages of like just different things. So I took my time yesterday to read through. But let me tell you something, even reading through, I don't even want to lie to you guys. Like, reading through, I don't think, yeah, just sign. Well, don't take my advice, because I don't know any legal jargons, right? The bits that I was not a bit clear on, or like maybe they'll be like, just ignore that part. We already know, like, it's within the building, they know that this is covered. For example, in the apartment, my utilities are covered. However, on the lease, it says like electricity is not included. So what I did, I reached out to my broker and I made sure like he sent an email that documented like, hey, that's included. So that's what I've been doing. Like, there are bits that you're not necessarily sure of, just ask for it to be written, to be in writing. That's very important. Like, I most of the time just communicate with this broker like via text or email, like nothing, not really on the phone or anything like that, just so I feel confident. And then going to send it via mail to them before my lease starts. Just give God the glory, like, thank God.
And yeah, that's how I found my apartment remotely. I've been living my apartment now for a while, and I'm very grateful for it. I love it. I'm glad it's really where God wanted me to be, and I'm for the time being, we're gonna come out of it, but I'm grateful for it, and I really like it. So yeah, this has been on my mind for so long, and I just wanted to like do this video and share. Now we can get into New York and like just life here, being a newbie here, and all of that good stuff. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.